Welcome to admire the image of Lu Bu, the most powerful warrior in Chinese history. He is not only a human being, but also a storm unleashed on the battlefield. He has unmatched power and can single out the combined power of Guan Yu, Liu Bei and Zhang Fei. Lu Bu is a force to be reckoned with. Holding the iconic weapon Fang Tian painted halberd, he showed unstoppable power. This unique halberd weighs 20 kilograms and cuts the enemy's front like a hot knife cutting butter. Only a few people can lift it. However, in Lu Bu's hands, it became a weapon of mass destruction. In an era when the average height was only 1.5 meters, Lu Bu, who was 1.8 meters tall, was undoubtedly the titan of the world. The figure of this man, coupled with his incomparable speed riding on the red rabbit horse, was enough to make the enemy disperse and escape. He is a one-man army, easily crossing enemy lines. That ease is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. But Lu Bu's legend is not just about the battlefield and bloodshed. Behind the scenes of the war lies a passionate and romantic story. This story involves the most beautiful woman in the Three Kingdoms period. Is the charming Diao Chan ready? We are about to delve into the story of this legendary warrior. She is both a lover and a warrior. Let me introduce you to the legend of Lu Bu, the god of war. Fasten your seatbelts and get ready to start a different kind of journey. Story 1, Rescue Alone. Imagine this chaotic Luoyang battle in full swing. Without hesitation, the adrenaline surged, and he jumped on Chitu, a horse that is known as a mid-city horse that travels thousands of miles a day. Together they rushed into the melee like lightning cutting through the stormy sky, surrounded by an ocean of enemies. Lu Bu's heart beats faster. He clenched his huge halberd, the famous Fang Tian painted halberd. It is not just a weapon, it is a symbol of his unyielding spirit, weighing 20 kilograms. It is an absolute beast, but in Lu Bu's hands, it may just be a feather. It waved Fang Tian's halberd like a whirlwind of steel and anger. The soldiers who dared to stand in its way were swept away, like leaves in a storm. No one can resist its attack. They could only look at Lu Bu in fear when he opened the way on the battlefield. Finally, he reached Diao Chan. Her eyes widened. When she saw the blood-stained, determined Lu Bu cutting the last enemy soldier like cutting grass, Lu Bu motionlessly swept Diao Chan to her horse and became the savior in the chaos. When they came back from the battlefield, Diao Chan snuggled tightly on Lu Bu. The battlefield they left behind was silent in awe. The soldiers were shocked by this warrior who dared to single out the enemy line and was all for the woman he loved. As a result, the legend of Lu Bu's rescue of Diao Chan began to spread. This is a testimony of his bravery and love, a story told in low voices by friends and enemies sitting around the fire. This story embodies the essence of Lu Bu, a warrior with unmatched skills, a firm lover, and a person who lives and fights with a unique passion. Story 2, The Three Heroes of Tiger Prison. Lu Bu imagined that the setting sun of Tiger Prison casts a long ominous shadow. An uneasy silence hangs in the air, getting stronger and stronger as time goes by. The next events will live in history forever. In the distance, you can hear the echo of footsteps, a firm and rhythmic voice that heralds the coming storm. These are the footsteps of three people, Guan Yu, Liu Bei and Zhang Fei. They are the warriors who resist Lu Bu, and they are ready to challenge the determination of this single army. Lu Bu is right in front of the Tiger Prison, like an unshakable mountain. His Fang Tian painted halberd gleamed in the sun, like a thunderbolt. He knows the upcoming challenges, but he is not afraid. He is ready. His gaze pierced deeply into the hearts of the three challengers. The initial conflict began, almost causing the earth to tremble. Liu Bei brandished a pair of swords, but Lu Bu cleverly evaded his attack, and at the same time used his words and counterattack to make Liu Bei retreat. Next, Zhang Fei rushed over and tried to attack Lu Bu, but Lu Bu turned his weapon to repel Zhang Fei. Then there is Guan Yu. He raised the Qinglong Yenyue sword high and launched a fierce attack on Lu Bu. After a brief confrontation, Lu Bu's painted halberd collided with Guan Yu's knife, releasing dazzling sparks. Lu Bu took a step back, Guan Yu followed and rushed towards him, but Lu Bu was an experienced warrior. He adjusted his position, turned, and rushed towards Guan Yu at an astonishing speed. His painting halberd hit Guan Yu like a violent whirlwind, causing him to retreat. The battle has entered its final stage. Guan Yu, Liu Bei and Zhang Fei besieged Lu Bu again. Their attack was as fast as thunder and lightning, but Lu Bu continued to defend and found an opportunity to counterattack. He attacked again, causing the three of them to retreat. Lu Bu's painting halberd rotates in the air, forming an insurmountable line of defense. In the end, Sanying fought Lu Bu. Although their courage is unmatched, they cannot defeat this invincible warrior. At the end of the battle, Lu Bu stood alone on the battlefield, his breath of victory echoing in his chest. Story 3, Lu Bu's Final Battle. Lu Bu's final battle took place in Changsha City. At that time, he was surrounded by Cao Cao's army. He was alone, without assistance, without any possible way out, but he did not give up. His painting halberd shines again, and his eyes are full of determination and fighting flames. Time after time, Lu Bu waved his painted halberd and resisted Cao Jun's attack. Every repulse he makes is a miracle, and every counterattack he makes is a legend. His strength frightened Cao Jun, and his courage shocked them. However, even the most powerful fighters cannot withstand hundreds of times the enemy. Lu Bu began to get tired. Every step of his journey requires more and more effort. However, he is still fighting, he is still resisting. In the end, Lu Bu was captured by Cao Cao's army. He did not beg them for mercy, did not yield. He looked directly into their eyes, with the pride and determination he had always been. Even at the last moment, Lu Bu was still a warrior. He faced his destiny without flinching or fleeing. He became an eternal legend. His story and his name will always leave a mark in people's hearts. This is the legend of Lu Bu, a warrior, a lover, a legend. Her story, her victory, her defeat, will always be remembered. She is the embodiment of war, she is the embodiment of emotion, she is the embodiment of strength and courage. She is the god of war of the three kingdoms of Lu Bu. You have heard the legend of Lu Bu, her strength, her courage, and her determination. You have learned about her victories, her failures, her enthusiasm and her tragedies. Lu Bu's story is a story full of battle, love and pain. Her life is like a drama, full of ups and downs. Even when she failed, Lu Bu showed her greatness. She may be betrayed, she may be defeated, but she never gives up. She always stood up and fought to the last moment, indomitable. This is why she can leave a deep impression in people's hearts and become an eternal legend. At the last moment of Lu Bu, he was captured by Cao Cao's army. His fate is already sealed. He knew his life was coming to an end, but he was not afraid. He did not beg for mercy, nor did he succumb. He is like a trapped beast, although trapped, but still fierce. Cao Cao said to him, "Lu Bu, you are a brave warrior. I admire your courage, but you are also a traitor. You betrayed your lord, your friend, and you asked for your death." Lu Bu looked at Cao Cao and replied indifferently, "Cao Cao, you are right. I am a traitor. I betrayed my lord, my friend, but I am also a warrior. I fought to the end, and I am willing to accept my destiny. I have no regrets." Cao Cao looked at Lu Bu in silence for a while, then nodded. He ordered his soldiers to take Lu Bu away. Lu Bu walked to the execution ground. His steps are firm and his eyes are bright. He was not afraid, he did not hesitate. He is like he has always been in his life. A true warrior. Lu Bu's life ended on this day, but his legend did not. Her name and her story will always stay in people's hearts. Her courage, her strength, her enthusiasm, her failure, her betrayal, her bravery. These are all part of Lu Bu, part of his legend. He is Lu Bu, he is the god of war of the three kingdoms, and he is an eternal legend.